Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the weekly reading for the week of March 4th through March 10th. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present with me. Thank you for being present with yourself. And thank you for being open to receiving what it is that Spirit has for us through this reading. So, this is the weekly reading for the week of March 4th through March 10th. And there are some themes for this week, as always. And the first thing that we have is that Spirit this week could be asking you, you could be noticing as you're going throughout this week, as you're moving throughout this next week, is that you're being asked to slow down. Okay, as I was meditating, I just kept seeing turtle energy. Okay, turtle energy, kind of like tucking back into your shell and just preserving your energy, slowing down, preserving your energy, tucking off back inside. And the reason for that is because Spirit is calling you to reflect on, contemplate over your life's mission, okay? To readjust your life's mission or to establish one if you haven't, okay? And so when we're talking about life's mission, right, we're not necessarily just talking about what it is that you're supposed to be doing, right? It also, when you think about your life's mission, think of it in terms of who have I been called to be? How am I being called to express this God essence that dwells within me? Okay. And taking out the time to reflect and ask yourself, am I embodying, right? Once you sit down and you reflect over this mission that you have as you are moving about in this life, as you take out the time to reflect and to even connect with it, right? To connect with your life's mission. What is my life's mission? How am I being asked to express and emanate this God essence that dwells within me? And giving yourself permission to be honest with yourself and asking yourself, are my actions in alignment with this mission that I'm being shown, with my soul's mission, this mission that my soul is laying before me? Are my actions, are my day-to-day actions, whether it's simply through an interaction that I have with myself or interactions that I have with other people, is this mission, is my soul's mission being reflected in those interactions, right? And so then you'll be able to see where and how it is you need to make adjustments. Okay? And that leads into discernment, all right? The other thing that's coming up is as you're moving throughout this week, Spirit is asking you to use discernment whenever it comes to places that you go, people that you're around, opportunities that come up. Really practice tapping in to your discernment and relying on your discernment to help you move forward in whatever way it is, right? Because Spirit could be calling you to go in this direction. Spirit could be calling you to go in this direction. Your subconscious mind could be calling you to go in this direction. Okay. You have to use your discernment to figure out if it's an intuitive impulse that you need to be following or if it's something else, right? So you really want to practice discernment, because what I'm hearing right now is that during this week, an invitation is coming through for you to really set yourself apart in some ways, okay? And so in order for you to do that, you have to practice discernment. So you have to ask yourself, is it really is it energetically aligned for me to step into this space, for me to say yes to this, for me to do this, for me to be around this group of people, for me to right? So whenever it comes to practicing discernment, using your discernment, ask questions. Ask questions, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Because you want to practice, right? You want to practice using your discernment, and how you can go about doing that is by asking questions. So we're going to go ahead and move along and get into the cards to see what they have to say, to see what's present. And the first the first card that we have here is the Four of Coins. Okay, so what was I saying at the beginning? Turtle energy was coming through. Okay, there was this message to slow down, and the first card that we have here is the Four of Coins. Okay, and it's so it all just like pulls together so well and so beautifully, because if you notice the tent, what is a tent? A tent is a place of retreating, right? It's a fortress. Fortress is not the word that I'm looking for, but it's a place of shelter, right? And so what was I saying earlier about the turtle energy? With the turtle, I was saying tuck back off into your shell. And so what is the shell for the turtle? The shell is shelter, right? So really, you have the Four of Coins, and the Four of Coins is reiterating that message of taking out some time to slow down, right? To slow down, to pull back your energy, to pull yourself back a little bit, to slow down. Okay. And again, why are we being asked to slow down? So that you can go within yourself and ask your soul, what is, and connect with, to go within yourself, to connect with, and to ask, what is my soul's mission? Again, not what is my soul's mission, meaning what am I supposed to do in this world? What is my purpose? That's not necessarily what we're saying here whenever we're speaking of connecting with your soul's mission. What we're mostly referring to is, how am I being called to express this God essence that dwells within me? Because it dwells within all of us, and every single one of us express it in a different and unique way. Okay. And it's also looking at, so there's, with the Four of Coins, it's also, once you take out some time to connect with your soul's mission, and once you take out some time to really retreat, to take shelter, to slow down a little bit, there's also this message of, once you connect with your soul's mission, you'll finally be aware of what it is that you're supposed to build upon. Because right now, a lot of people are just trying, right, to figure it out. And when we are living from this place, when we are living our lives according to and following the will of our soul, we don't have to necessarily just go out and just try and try. Like, God will show us what it is that we're supposed to be doing. God will show us what it is that we're supposed to be doing. God will lay out in front of us every step that we're supposed to be taking. But oftentimes we expend our energy just trying to figure it out, just doing this and doing that. And Spirit says that's coming to an end for you. If you've been in that space, or if that's how you've been living your life for a while, where you've kind of just been topsy-turvy, like just going about trying everything, putting your hand in everything, right? That's coming to an end. You're getting clear, right? So again, this is why slowing down and taking shelter, stepping back into your shell is so important, because clarity is coming through. Clarity is coming through. Okay, clarity is coming through, and you have to slow down in order for that to happen. Because if you're just moving, going so fast, the clarity just, right? Instead you have confusion. But when you're living from your soul, when you're tuning in, when you're turning, you're going within and you're living from that space, clarity is what you receive. Clarity is what you receive. That also means that you're letting go of control. Okay. The high priestess. I love this. Okay. I love this. I love this because we have the Four of Coins and then we have the High Priestess. Okay. And all week, I've been writing down in my journal. I've written down in my journal probably a few times this week that the veil is thin, okay? The veil is thin. I've written that down so many times this week. We had a full moon a few days ago. And so the veil is thin. And this is important. The high priestess coming through is important for a few different reasons. Something I wrote next to that note about establishing your life's mission or readjusting your life's mission is that oftentimes our subconscious mind has a mission, right? And the mission of our subconscious mind is simply to survive. And so whenever our subconscious mind's mission is dictating how we live, a lot of times our energy can be very manipulative, or I don't even want to say manipulative, but we really just have to pay attention to what is my subconscious mind's mission? If I look back over my life, what has been the mission that my subconscious mind has been pushing? Right? For me, something that came up this week is that my subconscious mind, the mission that my subconscious mind has been pushing is this mission to avoid disappointing people. So when I say your subconscious mind's mission, that's what I mean. Maybe your subconscious mind's mission was to avoid rejection, or to avoid being, abandoned by other people, or whatever it may be, right? But just really taking out some time to look at that, because then you'll be able to realize, oh, this is why I act in the way that I do. This is why my actions, or this is why I avoid doing certain things or taking certain steps, or, whatever it may be. This is why I do that. Because my subconscious mind's mission is totally different from my soul's mission, right? So you'll want to look at that, because when you look at what your subconscious mind's mission has been, that will lead you into, okay, now that I see that, let me see what my soul's mission is. Okay, so the high priestess is really, the high priestess is coming through because you need to understand that you have this wisdom within you. You have access to this wisdom that is beyond earthly knowledge, okay? And in order for you to connect with that wisdom, in order for that wisdom to guide you, it's important for you to take out some time to be present with yourself so that you can listen, so that you can hear. Okay, because the high priestess is like, listen, I have some secrets, I have some information that I want to share with you, and it requires you to step into the darkness, almost to step into the darkness again, to retreat, to go back into your shell, to step into the darkness, so that you can then step into the light. And I'm trying to see and hear if the high priestess has anything else. And then we have the King of Coins. And this is a different kind of control, is what I'm hearing. The King of Coins is speaking to a different kind of control. So right now, you may feel like you are very much in control of your life. And the King of Coins is speaking to a different kind of control. Okay, when you are following the will of your soul, when you are allowing your soul to guide you, that is a different kind of control, right? Typically, when we're trying to be in control, we find that we're rushing, we're forcing, we're forcing relationships, connections, we're forcing ideas into play, we're rushing ideas. But whenever we are living according to the will of our soul, we're listening, we're tuning in, we're slowing down, we're taking our time, we're not rushing. We're allowing we're allowing the synchronicities of life to guide us. We're nurturing, okay, King of Coins, we're nurturing those ideas. We're nurturing those ideas. We're nurturing our gifts. And we're leading out, we're actually allowing our soul to lead us into this security rather than trying to force and create a false sense of security. So the King of Coins is I keep seeing the words like the King of Coins. With the King of Coins, I keep seeing the words chill out. Like chill out. Because if you think about like the energy of a king, again, the king is the leader. And the king has all these different players around him, helping him to care for his kingdom. And that's what I'm hearing right now, is that you have all these players around you, your soul, your heart, God, even your guardian angels. All of these different players are around you, waiting to assist you, but because you're in this rush mode, you're missing out on their guidance. You're missing out on their assistance. So there's this kingdom that wants to be built up within you, we can say. And in order for that to happen, so that it can be built on a solid foundation, you have to take a step back. You have to move according to this inner wisdom that lives within you. Okay? And then we have fertility as the oracle card. Okay? And this is the card. This is our card that's serving as clarity, right? We're needing some clarity on the reading, and we have the fertility card. And the fertility card, the clarity that's being offered through the fertility card is, yes, it is time for you to birth something. It is time for you to give birth to something new, to something amazing. And what it is that you're giving birth to is yourself. You're giving birth to yourself. Okay? You're giving birth to yourself. You're stepping into a new era. So this is a rebirth for you. This is you being born again. Okay, you're stepping into this phase of life where God is giving you this opportunity to be born again, to be made new. But are you going to do what you need to do in order for that process to unfold, right? Women are pregnant for 9 months. The baby is baking, cooking in the womb for 9 months. Does that mean you have to slow down and go into your shell and take shelter for 9 months? No, but it means you don't come out of that shell until God says, until God shows you what that first step is for you to take. So this is your weekly reading for the week of March 4th through March 10th. Just being present, simply being present, slowing down to be present so that you can hear, so that you can listen, so that you can establish a new foundation for yourself. Practice discernment. There are some spaces that you need to stay away from for right now so that you can be present with the highest version of yourself. There are some spaces that you don't need to go into because the vibration may not be what you need to be around. So practice discernment and give yourself permission to say yes when you want to say yes, when Spirit is guiding you to say yes, and to say no when the answer is no. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. If you have any thoughts, remember to leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time.